bipako.
He held my shirt and he tore it.
He
went and stood where he was before. I was only remaining with my tights. And he said I should remove it. I said to him, Famara Jallow, why would I undress completely? He said to me, you will undress. What they did to Sambadoro, we will do what is worse than that. So like that, I removed my trousers and removed my boxer, and I was naked. So while that was happening, Umar Dumbia went and picked up small stones. He came and made a heap here, and he made a heap at the other side. And he asked me to kneel on them. So I knelt there. Where Famara Jallow was seated, he was sitting on top of a tire. Beside him there was a cardboard which was leaning on the tire. And there was a gun which was also leaning behind, hidden. He took the vehicle, the wheel which was having the rim, and he asked me to raise up my hands, and they will place the wheel on top of my hands. They said to me, Baba Gallo, if this car wheel is to fall, we will kill you. That was when he told them, don't beat him. At that time, Omar Dumbuya had these ropes which they used for the canoes, the blue ones. That was how they placed it. They took the truncheon and they started to beat me up. That day they beat me up until around 7. That was when they gave me back my clothes. And then they returned me back to the station alongside Sambadoro and others.
Mr. Jallow?
Yes, sir.
How many of them participated in beating you?
Mr. Jallow,
There were 3 who were beating me.
You mentioned Famara Jallow.
No, Famara Jallow. No, Famara
Jallow was not beating me. He was sitting down, but he was instructing them to beat me. Omar Dumbuya.
Modu Pika Jallow.
And Modu Pika Jallow. The third person is the person I cannot recall.
Do you know, my apologies, do you know the positions of these individuals?
They were all policemen.
Do you know if they held any positions at the station?
Police station police station
that was where they worked.
Commissioner of Police.
I don't know their positions, but Famara Jallow was the commissioner of police.
From what time did they start beating you?
Must start the door around 6:30.
They started beating me around 6:30.
And at what time did they stop?
When they were calling for the 7 p.m. prayers.
You told us that they told you that they would do the same thing they did to the other individual. Can you please identify that individual you were referring to? I've forgotten his name.
nga ne dañ la wax ne dinañ la def li nga xam ne moom lañ def sa beneen morom tudda nga fi turam waaye dama fàtte kooku kan la tur boobu kan la.
kooku moo tudda Samba Doro.
That was Samba Doro.
Do you know if the same thing was done to Samba Doro?
xam nga ndax liñ la def noonu moom lañ def Samba Doro.
Anyway man Samba Doro bi ma koy gis.
Anyway, when I saw Samba Doro,
yaramam be kanamam be pa ngi neewi.
his body and his face was swollen.
That was the first day that you were at Basse police station, correct?
loolu bés bu njëkk biñ la yóbbu Basse police station la noonu.
Wow.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened to you on the second day?
ñaareeli fan ba nag la na xew.
ñaareeli fan bi tamit.
On the second day also,
dañ fa toog ba boori 6.
we were sitting down until around 6.
ñu ñëw jël si ma.
They came to pick me up.
ñu yóbbu ma the same place.
They took me to the same place,
police line.
police line.
bés boobu nag.
That day,
wax dëgg na yàlla simiñ suma yére yi.
frankly, I was not undressed.
noonu lañ dalee suma kaw di ma dóor.
That was how they pounced on me and beat me up
ba lëndëm bi dugga.
until it became dark.
ñu dal di ma jëlaat delloowaat ma si police station.
And then they took me and returned me back to the police station.
ñetteeli fan bi.
On the third day,
wa mu ngi ne tombé on Thursday.
that was on a Thursday,
bés boobu.
that day,
bi ñu ma jëlee si station bi di ma yóbbu police line.
when they picked me up from the station to take me to the police line,
dañ ñëw ba ñu ak police station.
we came until we almost went out of the police station.
soo ko fee rek on your right nga mel ni comme kuy continuer di dem si fu militaire yi nekk.
When we take a bend on the right, as if we are going to where the soldiers are,
am na fa benn place ñu ngi fa jaayee essence on your right.
there is a particular place where they sell petrol on the right.
dañ ñëw ba tollu foofu.
We came until we were almost at the spot.
ñu ma dégg alarm suma gannaaw.
I heard an alarm sounding behind me.
soo ma gëstu.
I looked back.
ma gis Land Rover double cabin bu weex.
I saw a Land Rover, white, double cabin.
para yang si.
The paras were on it.
ñun ñu ngi dem.
We were going.
gaa yaa ngi toppa suñ gannaaw.
And they were following behind us.
ñun bu ñëwee bañ dugg si biir police line bi.
When we came until we got into the police line,
ñu wàccee ma ñu dugal ma si biir building bi.
they brought me down and they took me inside the building.
yaa gut.
Not long after,
para yi dal tamit dal di dugg si.
the paras came in.
Did they do anything to you?
biñ ñëwee nag am na dara luñ la fa def.
foofu laa ñëw ni.
That is where I'm coming to.
ñeneen ñi bi ñu wàccee.
When the others alighted,
ñeneen ñi si palanteer bi lañ jaar.
others went through the window.
ñeneen ñi dañ jaar si bunta bi.
They told us to pass through the door.
Because building bu màgget la.
Because
amul palanteer amul bunta amul dara. yëpp lañ génnee.
That was an old building. There were no windows, there were no doors. All of them were removed.
so bés boobu.
So that day,
dañ ma fa dóor.
they beat me up.
bés boobu lañ ma fa dóor.
That was the day they beat me up.
ba tuur ma liquide.
Until they poured liquid on me.
bés boobu lañ toj tamit suma boppa bi.
That was the day also that they fractured my skull.
Mr. Jallow,
Yes, sir.
can you please tell us what liquid is?
soo ne dañ sotti liquide ci sa kaw luy loolu luy liquide.
liquide mooy luñ dee def si brake moto.
That is brake fluid.
And how did they pour that liquid on you?
liquide boobu naka lañ ko sottee ci sa kaw.
butel bi lañ jël ñu ubbi ko ñu sotti ko fii. si suma doxa bi fii mu wàcca.
They took the bottle, opened it, and they poured it at my navel down to my back.
How did it feel when your body came in contact with the liquid?
léegi biñ la tuuree liquide boobu loo yëg.
dama yëg métit.
I felt pain and a burning sensation.
Mr. Jallow, are you sure that was liquid that was poured on you?
Or na la ne liñ la sotti noonu liquide la.
man because man liquide laa ko téye.
I thought it to be liquid.
So you don't know for sure that it was liquid that was poured on you?
waaye leerut la woon de ndax liquide lañ la sotti wala déet.
non leerut ma waaye man loolu laa téye mooy liquide la.
No, it's not clear to me, but I had held them to the belief that it was liquid.
Were you injured from that thing being poured on you?
Biñ la sottee liquide boobu ndax gaañu woon nga?
waaw gaañu woon na.
Yes, I was injured.
Because xooli woon na suma der bi suma ron.
Because it scaled off my skin.
What else did they do to you?
Lan lañ la defaat?
defaluñ ma dara.
They didn't do anything for me.
What was the purpose of all these beatings being administered on you?
Lan moo tax ñu doon la dóor yooyu yëpp?
soxor la rek because fekkuñ ma may def dara.
Just wickedness, because they did not find me doing anything.
fekkuñ ma may sàcca.
They did not find me stealing.
fekkewuñ ma dara lu luwaa bi tere.
They did not also find me in possession of anything which the law does not allow.
suma kër lañ ma fekka maa ngi jógee lopitaan.
They found me in my home. I was just from the hospital.
jëli suma jabar mu ngi wasin.
Collecting my wife who had just given birth.
Do you know why they were beating you?
Xamoon nga lan moo tax ñu doon la dóor?
ñu ne ndaxte dama leen bañ a wax dëgga.
They said because I refused to tell them the truth.
Did they collect any statement from you during this process?
Jamono jooju yëpp nag ndax laaj nañ la dara loo xam ne ñu ko doon yaa ngi ko doon wax pour ñu ko binda?
waaw.
Yes.
Were you charged with any offense?
Tuumaaloon nañ la benn tafaar boo xam ne moom nga def?
waaw.
Yes.
After collecting the statement from you and charging you, can you tell us what happened?
Gannaaw buñ jëlee sa kàddu yi ba binda ko ba pare nag ba dal di la tuumaal li nga def wax ñu lan a xew gannaaw boobu.
waaw boobu buñ ñu chargé.
Yes.
pare.
After we were charged,
dañu dugal si biir cell bi.
they put us into the cell.
bu ñu dugalee si cell bi ñu nekk foofu ñaari fan.
We were in the cell for 2 days.
ñetteeli fan bi.
On the 3rd day,
magistrate bu nekk Basse.
the magistrate who was in Basse,
ñu ko woowee Balde.
he is called Balde.
moom la ñu indi.
They brought us to him.
so kooku mu ne buñ ko joxee kayit bi.
And when they gave him the documents,
mu xool kayit yi.
he looked at them.
mu ne leen these people are not guilty.
And he said to them, these people are not guilty.
mu ne dinaa leen remind.
He said, I'll remind them
mile 2.
mile 2.
so loolu bu mu amee.
So after that happened,
ñu delloo ñëwaat si cell bi.
they took us back to the cell.
ñu fanaan.
We spent the night
ba boor set.
until the following morning.
Kamara Jallow ñëw.
Lamara Jallow came
mu ne nañ ñu ubbi ñu yóbbu ñu Makati.
and said they should open the door and take us to Makati.
Mr. Jallow, I just want us to go back a bit.
Mr. Jallow mu bëgg ñu delluwaat gannaaw tuuti.
When you were brought before the magistrate,
biñ leen indee ci kanam magistrate bi.
They did accuse you of certain offenses, correct?
Dafa am yoo xam ne moom lañ la tuumaal ne loolu nga def.
waaw.
Yes.
What offenses were those?
Lan la tuuma yooyu?
mooy murder case ak armed robbery.
This was the murder case and armed robbery.
And what plea did you enter as a result of those charges?
Biñ la waxee tuuma yooyu yëpp nag nangu woon nga wala nanguwuloo?
nanguwuma ko.
I did not accept it.
So you pleaded not guilty?
Mu ngi mel ni nanguwuloo woon liñ la tuumaal.
waaw.
Yes.
By virtue of your plea, the magistrate remanded you to Makati prisons, correct?
Ngir li nga nanguwul noonu na moo tax magistrate bi ebal la pour ñu teg la Makati.
waaw.
Yes.
How many days did you spend at Makati prisons?
Ñaata fan nga def ci kaso Makati boobu?
Makati ñaari guddi lañ fa def.
We spent 2 nights there.
From Makati, where were you taken?
Biñ la jëlee Makati nag fuñ la yóbbu?
para yi ñoo fa ñëwoon.
The paras came there.
Keba Bojang.
Kiba Bojang,
moo fa nekkoon commissioner bi.
he was the commissioner.
mu dem gis ak para yi.
He went and saw with the paramilitary.
mu ne leen am nañu.
Avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge.
We were brought down.
You do a conference room.
We got into the conference room.
Mr. Jallow, before we proceed there,
Mr. Jallow, bala ñu àgg foofu.
I'd like to ask you a couple of questions.
Dafa am lu ma la bëgg a laaj.
Were you able to identify any of the paramilitary officers that escorted you to Mile 2 prisons?
Para yooyu nga xam ne ñoo la jël si woon doon la yóbbu Mile 2 ndax xàmmee nga leen?
No,
I did not know any one of them, and I did not recognize any one of them as well.
Did any of the officers you mentioned before, Omar Dumbia, Famara Jallow, did they join the team to transport you to Mile 2?
Omar Dumbia ak Famara Jallow ñi nga xam ne ñoom nga njëkkoon na tudda ndax ñoom bokkoon nañ ci ñi leen doon yóbbu Mile 2?
Prison officer.
No, that was the prison officers.
You told us that they beat your group with bamboo sticks.
Nga ne yow yaa mbooloo mi ngeen àndaloon dañ leen doon dóor ak yari taara.
Wow.
Did you sustain any injuries as a result of those beatings?
Dóor yooyu nag ndax amoon nga ci yeen gaañu gaañu?
No, I did not suffer any injuries.
And I made it.
The nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World
That was how they continued beating us. When we were entering Nyumi, where the cashew farm is,
left and right.
Both sides, left and right. That's where the cashews are. That was where they stopped and they were beating us. So now when we came up to Bara, one of the paras alighted there. And they continued. We crossed the ferry and came to Mile 2. When we got to Mile 2, we disembarked. They took us inside the conference room. The one they call Aliou Koli, he's now late.
Operation Bufanekani right now, feka sergeant la.
And the operation that is now there currently, at the time he was a sergeant, he took us inside the toilet, the three of us, and told us to remove our trousers. We removed our trousers, and he asked us to bend down. The operation who is there currently, he took his finger and put it inside me. And the three of us, he did that to us.
I would like to ask you a few questions. Just be looking at me so that you will know when I want to ask you questions. I'll ask you to hold on from time to time, and I'll ask you questions. You mentioned Alaji Job and Chief Kaleh Sane.
Yes.
Yes.
Who are these people?
They were officers.
Which security personnel do they belong to?
Lamin Sow mooy operation commander bi léegi.
I'm talking about Alaji Job and Chief Kaleh Sane.
Alaji Job ak Chief Kaleh Sane la bëgg xam ci ban bunti kaaraange lañ nekk di liggéey jamono boobu.
Jamono boobu Alaji Job sergeant la.
At that time, Alaji Job was a sergeant.
Which security outfit?
Ci fan la nekkoon sergeant?
Makati.
At Makati.
Both Alaji and Chief Kaleh.
Alaji ak Chief Kaleh yëpp sergeant lañ woon.
Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large group of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large groups of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large groups of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large groups of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large groups of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists. Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Stay home if you feel unwell. Refrain from smoking and other activities that weaken the lungs. Practice physical distancing by avoiding unnecessary travel and stay away from large groups of people. Please don't be scared of the virus. Follow the precautionary measures. Stay home, stay safe. Coronavirus exists.
So after your brother's visit,
gannaaw bu sa mag ñëwoon foofu seet si la.
can you tell us what happened?
Lan moo xewaat?
mooy affaire yi nag bi rek.
That is the issue of the bull.
bi ma ko waxee loolu moom bu mu paree visite mu dem.
When I said that to him, and when he was ready with the visit, he went home.
man ma dellu si biir.
And I returned back inside.
ma ñëw fekk ñoom Lamine Dabo.
I came and found Lamine Dabo, the late.
Aliou Ba ak Elef.
Aliou Ba and Elef.
Ak Baba Diop.
And Baba Diop.
ñu ngi play draft.
They were playing draft.
ma ñëw koto mu ne ma ne ko
I said to him, elder, and he said yes. I said to him, I said to him, senior one, what I have seen today, I have never seen before. And he asked me, what was that? And I said to him, a dead bull. That is what they have brought for us here.
So,
that was when he told me, stop lying. Nobody will dare do that here. I said to him, then go out and see for yourself. That was how he got up, went to his cell, put on his shirt, and went out. When he came under the mango, he found that the cow was lying down. At that time, they were not in good rapport with David. That was how he came back. When he came back, he said, it's true. He said, let nobody use the sauce, but you can eat the empty rice. So that day, those of us who were in number 1, we consumed only the white rice. So Lamin Dabo went to the kitchen and he got some onions and some jumbo. He came, sliced it, and shared it amongst us.
Why did you decide not to eat the soup that day?
Lana tax nak nangulen wona leka sauce bi bis bobu.
Because the meat that was being cooked is one that was forbidden.
Can you explain what you mean by the meat that was forbidden?
Bo waxe ne yap bi dafa haram lo ci tekki.
Nak bo fekk mu ngi dé ci ko yoon xamulo lu ko re nga enu ko indil ko ay nit yiñ la denka.
A cow that you found lying dead on the highway and you do not know what has killed it, and you want to bring that meat and serve it to people who are under your custody. That was the reason why we rejected the meat.
How do you know that it was that cow that they were supposed to prepare for the meal that day?
Naka nga xamé né nak bobu ñu indi mom lañ doon def pour défaral leen ko seen lekk bi bés bobu.
Sauce bi soko gisé sa di nga am né sauce bi yépp mu ngi ñu cook.
Even the stew, when you saw it, you will know that it was black completely.
Remember, you told us even before they served you the soup. You had decided not to eat the soup for that day.
That was at number 1. But other blocks, they took it.
Apart from the cow being swollen, and liquid dripping from the cow, how do you know that the cow died from somewhere and it was brought in?
Nak bobu nga xamne yang ko gis gannaaw ne mu ngi dé ak li mo sen nonu naka nga xamé nak bi naka la ñëwé fofu naka la dé
nak bi mo numa ko xamé dal ñu ne David ko li mo wone ñu indi nak bi.
What I know about the cow was that they said that David Colley was the one who gave the instructions for the cow to be brought in.
Can you tell us who said this?
The officers.
Who was the cook at that time at mile 2?
Kan mo dan toga fofu jamono joju ci mile 2?
Lolu mo mënuma ko wax because man mang ci biir té man suma nekk fofu pax la.
I cannot tell you that because I was inside and where I was a hole.
So you're telling us that that dead bull that was brought in that day was the one that was cooked for the prisoners at mile 2 on that particular day?
Dañ ñu bëgga wax né nak bu dé bobu nga xamné mom lañ duggal ci mile 2 loolu lañ jël togal ko ñi nga xamné ñoy prisoners yi fofu bés bobu.
Waaw moy dëgg.
That is the truth.
And your own confinement wing decided not to eat the soup that day.
Yeen nak yeen mi nga xamné yeena nekkon ci benn place bi yeen ñep ngeen nangu toné dal bés bobu do leen lekk sauce bobu.
Wow. Yes.
Can you tell us what happened after the other prisoners ate this food?
Ndax di ñu mëna wax nak ñeneen ñi nga xamne ñom ñoko lek lan mo xew?
Bir bu daw ak de bu dut jeex.
They had a diarrhea and countless deaths.
You were in the security wing, correct?
Yow yaa ngi woon fi ñoo wax security wing du noonu la.
Wow.
Yes.
And you were confined there.
Te foofu dañ la fa tegoon benn place rek doo génn doo dem fenn.
Wow.
Yes.
How did you know what happened in the main yard and other places?
Naka nga xamee li nga xam ne mooy xew ci main yard bi ak yeneen place yi foofu.
Xam nga loolu.
You know, as for that,
Lamin Dabo ndem ci Yàlla bi.
the late Lamin Dabo,
Dafa yaga boo xam ne.
he stayed there so long such that
amu fa benn prisoner bu ko xamut.
there was no prisoner that did not know him.
Am na ay xaleel yoo xam ne ñu ci waañ bi sax.
There were some youngsters who were at the kitchen.
Lu fa xew rek dañ day daw ci ñoo wax ko ko.
Whatever happened there, they will run to him and tell him.
Ñun tamit noonu lañ ko dee gisee.
And that was the way we saw things.
You told us that people were getting sick.
Wax nga ñu ne nit ñi dañ doon feebar.
Bu baax a baax a baax.
Very well.
Do you know when they started getting sick after eating the meal? How long did it take for them to start being sick?
Xam nga kañ lañ door di feebar gannaaw bu ñu lekkee lekk boobu.
Nga lekka bu poison soo ko lekkee boobu du taxaw ci sa biir bi fu mu jaar mu jaxase sa butit yëpp.
When you consume food that is poisonous, it doesn't stay long. It must disturb your internal system.
What happened to the sick inmates?
Lana jot nag ñi nga xam ne ñoom ñu ngi feebar.
Nit ñu bare fa dee.
Many people died.
Can you tell us how many people died during that time?
Xam nga ñaata nit ñoo deeyoon jamono boobu.
Lu ma jotoon a xam.
What I eventually got to know,
ku dee ci biti. Remind.
the one that died at Remind,
O main yard.
or at the main yard,
Dañ dee ñëw ci bunta bi taxaw di ko wax Lamin Dabo o Aliou Ba.
they used to come to the door and tell Lamin Dabo or Aliuba.
Léegi ku ñu wax rek ne dee na.
So anyone that has been mentioned dead,
Waaye nga amee benn kit bu light blue bu gudda.
they had a particular paper which was light blue, a long one.
Ci lañ dee binda.
That was where they used to write.
Loolu bu mu xewee.
When that happens,
Last day pour man ma gis amoon bu dee.
the last day that I could see the number that died
mooy 40 people.
was 40 people.
waaye am na ñeneen ñoo xam ne.
But there were others that
ñu ngi naan 62 ñii naan 63.
that said the number was up to 62 or 63.
waaye man lu ma mujjee gis ci liste bi.
But what I saw on the list
40 people.
was 40 people.
Can you tell us exactly when this incident occurred at Mile 2 prisons?
Dañ ñu mën a wax kañ la lii xew dëgg-dëgg ca Mile 2 prison foofu.
Loolu mu ngi xew diggante 2005 and 6.
That happened between 2005 and 6.
And all these deaths, can you estimate it like within which period they died after consuming this meal?
ñi nga xam ne ñoo ci dee ndax mun nga xam rek ci xayma diggante biñ ko lekkee ak bi ñoo gaañu naka la toll.
Foofu biñ lekkee yàppa boobu.
After they ate that meat,
foog na yaakaar naa ne daal mutul sax even 3 days sax mu am start di am ñu mooy rey.
I believe it was not even up to 3 days before it started killing people.
Who was the head of prisons at that time?
David Kaleh.
David Kaleh.
Who was the operations commander of prisons at that time?
Jamono jooju kan moo nekkoon ki ñoo wax operations commander jamono boobu.
Su ma fàttewut Ousseynou Koli.
If I
Thomas Jeju.
have forgotten, is Ousseynou?
Ousseynou Koli or Thomas Jeju si digante ñaar ñi la.
Either Ousseynou Koli or Thomas Jeju.
Do you know if they addressed this issue when it happened?
ñoom nag bi lii xewee ndax xam nga ndax wax nañ ci dara.
loolu kenn defu ko sax.
No one was
nga wax ko.
mad enough to talk about it.
Did prisoners complain about this particular incident to David Koli?
ñoom prisoner yi nag ñoom ndax tawatoon nañ ko ci David Koli.
Lamin Dabo dafa demoon sax ba bugg a jàppoo moom sax.
Lamin Dabo at some instant nearly had a confrontation with him.
How did David Koli react to this particular incident that happened?
loolu fa doon xew noonu nag David Koli moom lan la ci wax.
moom mi nga xam ne moom moo indi nag bu dee boobu noonu pour prisoner yi lekk ko kooku kay moom yaakaaruma dina fa am lu mooy wax.
Given that he was the one that brought the dead cow for the prisoners to eat, I don't think he will have anything to say.
So nothing was done with respect to the inmates that died as a result of this poisonous cow.
bon nag dara génn ci daal ci ñooñu nga xam ne ñoo lekka nag boobu nga xam ne moo sabab seen dee dara génn ci.
yëga kuma ko de suñ ko waxee tamit xëy na fii lañ koy commencé wax.
I have not heard that yet, and if that is to be said, maybe this is the place that such talk will be starting from.
Do you know whether any investigations was launched when this incident happened?
xam nga ndax bi dee yooyu xewee am na yenn gëstu yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko ci doon def.
Musa Suso yóbbu woon na ko court.
Yes, Musa Suso took him to court.
I'm talking of internally at Mile 2, whether any inquiries were made when it happened.
maa ngi wax ci biir Mile 2 ci kaso bi foofu noonu ndax amoon na ay gëstu yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko doon def pour xam la na waral loolu.
gisuma ko.
I didn't see it.
And was this the first incident where prisoners died as a result of eating food that was cooked from the kitchen?
ndax xamuloo ndax boobu mooy woon njëlbeeni yoon ñi nga xam ne ñooy prisonniers yi nekk ci kaso bi ñu ngi dee te mu ngi sababu ci ay lekka yoo xam ne ñu ngi ko lekkee ci togga foofu.
bi daf doon rëyee cere bi tamit daf dee rëyee because dafa am suuf.
The pap used to kill, the couscous too used to kill because it contained sand.
This would be a very convenient place to stop. When we resume, we'll talk about the pap and the chere.
waaw bon mun nañoo noppale ko gum fii buñ dellu si waatee nag ñu wax mbiri ruy boobu ak cere bi.
Mr. Chairman, I believe it's time for our break.
Thank you, Council, and thank you, Mr. Jallow. That's a tough situation to come to. Couscous, pap, poisonous meat, killing inmates. It's a scandal.
lii moom lu doy waar la ci jamono juñ tollu li ñoo waxtaanee mooy yàpp ruy ak cere boo xam ne dafa rey ñi nga xam ne ñoom lañ jàpp ci kaso bi lu doy waar la.
waaw waaw wax cere bi si boppam dafa am suuf.
Yes.
bu am suuf soo ko lekkee du mun a res sa biir bi.
Indeed, the couscous itself had sand, and if you ate something that had sand, it will not be able to do well or go well with your stomach.
The time frame that you are talking about, how many inmates were killed because of these three situations?
jamono ji nga wax nii nag ñaata prisoner ñoo dee ci ñetti façon lekk yi nga xam ne moom nga wax nii.
Mr. Chairman, my apologies. I believe we'll get to that in the next session.
I know. I'll come to, just give
Yes.
me 1 minute only, get to that. Sorry, I jumped ahead of you a little bit on that. But if you can just recall that. If not, we'll come back to that.
waaw.
Yes,
affaire nag bee pap bee cere bi.
the issue of the cow, the pap, and the couscous,
ñu mu doon rëy.
the people that it used to kill,
ñu nag bi rëy ñooñu.
the people that the cow killed aside,
ñu pap bi ak cere bi doon rëy ñooñu tamit aside la.
those that the pap and the couscous killed were also apart.
because balaa nag bi di fa ñëw dafa fekk cere bi ak pap bi mu ngi rëy nit ñi.
Before the cow came in, the pap and the couscous was killing people.
Thank you, Council. My apologies. I couldn't resist preempting you on that. I'm just a bit horrified about these situations in the prisons. We will take a 30-minute break and come back at 5 minutes past 12 noon. Meeting is adjourned.
Coronavirus is a disease that attacks the respiratory system. The symptoms of COVID-19 are fever, tiredness, dry cough, shortness of breath, headache, sore throat. Coronavirus spreads primarily through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Please don't be scared. To prevent infection and to slow transmission of COVID-19, follow the safety precautionary measures placed by the World Health Organization. Wash your hands regularly with soap and water, or clean them with alcohol-based hand rubs. Maintain at least 1 meter distance between you and people coughing or sneezing. Avoid touching your face. Cover your mouth and nose when